What's up, guys? Shawn with the Guaranteed Success Plan, and today I want to talk about time blocking and how it doesn't work. Again, not that it doesn't work for everybody, but for a lot of us, me included, it did not work. All right, let's cut the fluff, get straight to it. Does anybody else get really stressed and anxious and just like you feel overwhelmed when you set out a bunch of tasks to do and you set out a time to do them and other things start to get in the way and all of a sudden it just starts adding to the stress and anxiety? Yeah, well, that was me. And I remember when I first started in the business, one of the things that people told me was time block, time block, time block. Okay, cool, great. Time blocking is really, really good for type A people, or in my opinion, people that aren't crazy busy. And again, I hear this all the time as well. Well, if you're gonna be super busy, you need to be organized, you need to be dedicated, you need to set aside 2 hours for just this and 1 hour for just this and blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. Yes, you do. You need to set aside that time, but it doesn't have to be super rigid that at 10 o'clock, I must do exactly this. And 11:30, it is non-negotiable. I'm in doing this. Okay, 100% those things have to get done. I have non-negotiables in my day that cannot be compromised. They have to get tackled every single day, but it doesn't have to happen at 10. So instead of time blocking, what I have is blocks of time. So in my day, like I talked about in other videos, I tackle the hardest things first, the scariest things first, the clients I don't want to talk to, the deal that's falling apart, all that kind of stuff we handle early on in the day, 100%. But let's say I'm going to put 2 hours a day in a prospecting on social media. That has to get done. I like to get my prospecting done early, but some days it doesn't work out. Sometimes you have a home inspection. Sometimes you have a meeting. Sometimes you have a dentist appointment. There could be a million things that come up and you can actually move that 2 hours of prospecting into another time slot in the day. Or what I actually do is break it up into little mini pieces. So for example, if I set aside from 10 to 12 to do a certain task, and from 10 to 12, I'm negotiating on a deal. A deal is more important than prospecting at that moment, but it's not more important than prospecting, period. Because if we start doing everything but prospecting, I'm telling you, you're not gonna be doing much business at all, because prospecting is what leads to those. So we need to make sure that block gets filled. But sometimes, again, if you had that 10 to 12 slot filled up for it, you're negotiating a deal, you can't do it then, you got a 12 o'clock that you can't move, but you got 20 minutes you can work in there, put those 20 minutes of prospecting inside there. Then at 3 o'clock, you got another 45-minute gap. Put that 45 minutes into prospecting and make up that 2 hours. So again, guys, it's not being super rigid and being like, this has to get done at exactly this time. Yes, the non-negotiables have to get done, but spread them out through the day if your day gets crazy. Now, again, you hear this from me all the time. If you're not actively working with buyers and sellers, you need to be actively working to get buyers and sellers. So if you're not doing a non-negotiable and it's not something that's super busy or a 10 out of 10 on the scale, make sure you fill that block up, get it done, and move on to the next one. Another thing to be super mindful of when you're time blocking is dedicating that amount of time to the activity. So one thing I see all the time again is, let's say we're gonna do a half hour of follow-up. So you got a half hour dedicated just to follow-up, but your phone's sitting there beside you and it's your turn at Candy Crush or whatever game, or you get a couple text messages or you're returning calls or any of that kind of stuff. That is not a half hour of follow-up. That actually might only be 15 or 10 minutes of follow-up because you got sidetracked and you moved on to something else. So make sure that if you set a block of time to be accomplished, you make sure that you actually give that full block your attention. So you're not doing anything else in that time. You need to be hyper-focused on the activities that you're on so you do them and do them well. So when you move on to the next one, you can be 100% certain that you've completed it, you're done, you're moving on, there's no stress, no anxiety, and your business keeps moving on. I hope that was helpful for you guys. If it was, as always, ring that bell, subscribe down below so you don't miss any videos coming up in the future. If you think I'm crazy and you think time blocking is the move and you have to be super rigid, let me know. Tell me I'm dumb in the comments. If that was helpful, let me know as well. We love your comments. We love interacting. We love working with realtors from all around North America. We're actually expanding over into Europe and everything as well. So this is getting pretty cool. As always, we're looking to connect with more and more realtors every single day. Shoot me an email, fire me off a message. Let me know what's going on. Let me know if we can help you. Let me know some of your struggles or some of your wins. I want to hear from all you guys. All right, well, that's it for today. Until next time.